Murder style, y'all.
Insanity, insanity, whatever happened to humanity? Ooh.
We're going to be talking about a movie that I've been wanting to review since forever, since a very long time. And this is God Bless America. One of the most anticipated movies I've been wanting to review since I became a YouTuber. And it's going way longer than 7 to 8 years. I'm talking about since this movie came out. And this movie came out in 2011. I was 21 years old. I am 36 now. And the reason why I had to sit on it is because all the movies I got in the back. I wanted to review this movie once I get enough views, once I get enough revenue, once I get enough subscribers, and enough people to literally spread the word out so this video can be worth it. And I think it's a good time to do it. Don't y'all think it's a good time to do it? I think so. Especially if you guys have not seen this movie. If y'all haven't seen this movie, y'all got an excited ride. Y'all got an excited ride ahead of you. God Bless America is a 2011 American black comedy film that has been written and directed by Bobcat made this movie? Bobcat Goldthwait. I didn't even know that. Fed up with the cruelty and stupidity of American culture, an unlikely duo team up to whack reality TV stars, bigots, and others who seem repugnant and seem like a stain on the world to leave unbalanced civil culture.
Right?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess.
When I was 21 years old in age, I remember how this movie impacted me. I remember how this movie would, just transcended my brain of just being open, of just how this movie was really speaking to me. And I was watching this with my brother. And I like movies like this because they like to show the reality of how the world is or where it's coming to by adding a lot of dark humor to it. This movie is literally like the brain attributes of a dark comic, like a dark comic person, a comical person that's literally bashing on today's culture and just telling you even the things that they would do violently, and you're just laughing and cracking a joke. This movie is ahead of its time. I watched it recently, and I'm thinking about this being made in 2011. Maybe this movie may be distasteful in this generation. Trust me, it's distasteful. If you can relate to the modern audience, if you can relate to the woke mob, oh my God. If this movie came out today, I don't think it would have even touched the damn DVDs. This movie would have been boycotted. I think this movie came out at the right time because this movie literally focuses strongly on just the culturistics of the self-destruction of our own race. And I don't mean black race. I mean the race of the American people. How we literally live by respect, but we don't respect each other. And it goes way deeper than that. And just the way how things was executed. The way how they was able to squeeze the narrative of today's population and show the self-destruction of how things was coming to an end, of how we're communicating with each other, how we are looking at each other, how we're respecting each other. And having all that be executed with two characters that is going to carry this whole project was beautiful. The movie picks up at a very fair pace by us being introduced to a character named Frank that is played by Joel Murray. He done a fantastic job. I don't think no one could have ever done what he did. And this is literally just a man that's on a balance of breaking. And he's a good guy that has good common sense standards. A very, like a man that is like Middle Eastern that you can really learn from. But by him being surrounded by so much toxic behavior, by him getting fired at his job, by him being nice to a female due to harassment. That shit still fucks with me to this day. By him like dealing with a family that is, that his girl left him for, for a cop, and his daughter fucking hates him because she thinks that he's boring, and him can't even get enough sleep because he is staying with, like with roommates that is too loud, and they have a loud ass baby, and he has no downtime to even like regurgitate his mindset, because when you watch TV, he notices a lot of toxic shit there, so he has no inner peace of validation. So he begins to go on the verge of flipping out by him fantasizing murdering people that is giving him a hard time. And even though people don't want to admit this, it's a very, very normal thing. It's a very normal thing. He is a good guy, but he is like literally on a mindset of breaking. And what I like about Frank's character is that even though he thinks about these things, even though he wants to act upon these things, he's still in the counterbalance of not letting the world like make him give in. So we know more about his character as he begins to communicate to people that want to know how he feels about certain things, especially when it comes to him exposing the mediocrity and the ignorance of today's society. His communication skills is very relatable to mine, especially when it comes to him expressing how he feels towards certain things, and he may feel as if he may be going too overboard, or he may be including another topic that may not have nothing to do with the current topic, but it has something to do with the ignorance and the unrelation to how we see each other today as a whole. And the reason I'm saying that is because we get introduced to this deep conversation he has with one of his employees before he gets fired about how ignorant and how intelligent this life is in today's society in America. That scene alone was enough for me to fully understand his character. And what I liked about this film too is the fact that they show more of Frank's character as he begins to understand other things and understand certain people's actions, when he begins to lose his sanity in an aggressive way by trying to commit murder and trying to kill people that is literally putting a stain on common sense and just being nice to people. We're introduced to another character that actually feels the same way as him, but in a younger aspect. And this would be Roxy, that is played by Tara Leanne. Now, Tara Leanne, she is like I think she plays a high school girl that is witnessing a lot of crooked activity when it comes to girl drama, people being mean to each other, bullying, and so forth. And above all, just her being distant with her family because they just can't understand her and they want her to be the way that they want her to be. I liked her character and I liked her chemistry, because when it comes to these two characters, they show you two sides of their own differentiation of just how this world is so fucked up. Frank is a character that sees the world in a fucked up manner of his own age, of just seeing how things was back then and seeing how it is now. So there's a big comparison of how he can literally make an example of how he can compare things of later time to how it is now, saying that this world is not the way it used to be. And then you have Roxy's character that's literally like the kid aspect that wants to be different, that wants to be accepted, but at the same time, how can that be if people can't accept her? So she begins to hate everybody that is popular. She begins to hate girls that always wants attention. She hates everybody that literally just wants to just be noticed when it comes to fame and just getting that, getting those clicks and likes and stuff. And she is an oddball too, but in an oddball way of her, by her expressing her own intelligence. She's not a perfect girl by far, but at the same time, I understood her visuality of just why she just hates this world the way it is. And when she explains this to Frank, this is when they don't become a bond. They become an unstoppable force that you may want to look at the screen. You may want to look away from the screen whenever they begin to have like a certain breakdown of inflicting violence. Frank was on the verge of breaking, but Roxy ended up saving him by saying that, listen, you don't have to be this way. You don't have to kill yourself if you feel as if this world is too cruel by you doing a little bit of good. How about we kill more bad guys? How about we kill more people that made us feel this way? It's not our fault that this world is fucked up. It's their fault by pushing us out. And when she said that, it literally just made Frank be aware. It's like, you know what, you're right. So they team up. He gives her a gun. He trains her how to shoot. And this becomes a comedic bloodbath. I was laughing so much when it came to their bond and just when it came to their like chemistry with each other. It just them whacking people one by one. And don't get it twisted. They wasn't doing it for no reason. They was doing it in relations of what we go through today. They were shooting people that was double parking. They were shooting people that was protesting just to wipe out any people that was different. They was shooting people that was talking in movie theaters. They was going all out, dude. And I was like, Jesus Christ, man. Like this is a movie, man, that I think the woke mob is not ready for. They're not ready for a movie like this, man. And the reason why I'm saying that is because this movie is literally a stigmatization of just being aware of how fucked up we are and making a movie of it, and you have to swallow that shit. You know what I'm saying? Movies like this will never exist today. It just will not. But even though God Bless America is a great film, and I really enjoyed this project when it came to the chemistry of these characters and just the execution of the plot, this is produced by Bengolia Films, Magnet Entertainment. And do you know what else they made? The ABCs of Death. Now that's a bad sign right there. But I'm going to tell you right now. And they also fucking made Last Shift, a movie that I like, a rant that I made. But anyway, don't let that pull you away from watching this film, okay? This is before they was beginning to make fucked up movies like that. I'm going to talk about the ending. I can't talk about the ending without spoiling it, but they was beginning to show a lot of execution payoff with these characters. Well, first they was beginning to show something that really caught me off guard with Roxy and Frank's character. Frank had like a certain thing going on with him and something ended up happening, and I was like, oh wow, like really? Because it was one of the main reasons why he did wanted to end his life. And it ended up being in a way where he was actually happy that he was happy that it didn't end up that way. So his bond between him and Roxy was beginning to pay off. And something shocked me with Roxy that really was stirring the pot of their bond to make Frank feel as if he couldn't trust her again. So what I like about films like this is that when you build a bond, how much do you care about this bond? So when something like this would happen, we still stick with these people. And they threw a little bit of a twist onto this project with their bond to the point where I thought they would never talk again. And I need films like this to make their bond relatable. It kept me on edge. It kept me hoping for them to still be cool with each other, especially after what they went through. And as for the ending was a big twist. I'll just leave it at that. The ending ended the way I thought it would end. It has to end that way. It has to end that way. But I didn't mind it at all. I thought the ending was powerful. I was satisfied, and above all, it was entertaining from start to finish in my beliefs. Overall, God Bless America is a good film to watch, especially if you want to watch a bold film, especially if you want to watch a film that's against modern day culture, modern day society, and just against films, projects, or just anything when it comes to entertainment, visual purposes that's being nerfed by censorship. God Bless America will literally open your eyes of just today's society and just maybe make you be aware of just the shit that we've been witnessing already. This is 2026. This movie was made in 2011. And this movie is so, I feel like a film like this, if it like going all the way to like 60 or 70 years from now, this movie will be more powerful than ever. It'll be more powerful than now because I feel like the more we're being driven away of today's common sense and just us sticking together, the more we're doing that, the more this movie gets stronger. The more the message of this movie pulls out and expressing itself in a way that this movie should not be touched. It should not be sensitized, and above all, it should not be overlooked. You guys should check out God Bless America. I'm gonna have to give God Bless America an A+. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have to say for today. Please stay tuned for my upcoming reviews and videos headed your way. This is Hugo, your critic teacher. And I hope you all have a good day.